tell you good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell you good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Ooh, susceptible now before the moment flies. It's not a problem, no, 'cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah, and nothing can stop me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell you good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Yeah, susceptible now before the moment flies. Before it flies. So tell you good night, 'cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible now before the moment flies.
All right, guys, what is going on? What is going on? Welcome back to the Locked In Podcast, episode 104. Excited for this episode tonight. George, you want to lead the introduction here? I'll let you
Yes, sir.
take that
You know, got it.
introduction, man.
We're back on, guys. This is episode 104. We got myself here in the building, George, aka GMAC, PKA GMAC, and my man Steve Ushler. We are joined, guys. We got a special guest today in the building, our friend and fellow podcaster, Will Edelstein, aka Jewish Sauce. What's up, Will? There we go. He's good.
Yes, at all.
So, can you hear us, Will?
I can hear you. Yep.
Perfect. There we go. Good. We got a special episode for you guys today. It's going to be a good one. So this is an episode that, again, it's been a little bit in the making, but it's definitely a new topic and some exciting content. We'll be talking a little bit about our friend here, Will's, and a little bit his business and journey in the whole medical marijuana field. We'll talk about recreational usage of cannabis. We'll be talking a little bit about what's going on around, sort of like today in today's climate, and also how to keep relevant with your podcast or business or brand, because a lot of times it's a brand, as we know. So it's going to be a good episode. And without further ado, so Steve, you want to play the intro and then get into it? It's going to be definitely a fun, episode.
Yeah, absolutely. First off, I want to say, Will, it's nice to meet. I appreciate you taking the time to come on today.
Likewise. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
No problem at all, man. I'll play this intro, guys. It's like a minute and a half, and see you guys on the other side.
Cool.
All right, guys, as we said, welcome back to the Locked In Podcast, episode 104. As always, we're your host. I'm Steve Ushler, and joining alongside me, George Menchai. We're back in the building. Very interesting topic tonight. You can welcome our good friend, Will. I'm just meeting Will for the first time, but George has known Will for a little bit, so it's going to be an interesting topic tonight. George, enlighten us. What is the topic again, just for some people that popped on, because people have popped on since the intro.
So, like we just said a little bit before, a minute ago, we'll be talking a little bit about basically. So, our friend here, Will, is a business owner, podcaster. He does, he does blogging. He does kind of a lot, kind of like us in a way, Steve. Definitely, an inspiring sort of like entrepreneur. Does a lot of things on his own, boss man. So, when you have high dreams, you got to set the ships when the waters are deep, as they say. So, having said that, we'll be talking about a little bit of medical marijuana. We're talking a little bit about the business. How can you get a card if those are interested? As we already know, let's just cut to the chase. Everybody talks about weed, whether they smoke it or not. It's a hot topic, like a lot of the things are. Last week, we talked about the Phillies and about the Eagles and the sports team in Philly. Today, we talk about business, choices, ways to kind of keep your pockets relevant. Some of the stuff that Will talks about in his podcast, as of course his show, because he does a show too. And I told you about this, Steve, already. We spoke about it. And a little bit of that, kind of like I was saying on the promo. We'll be talking about all those things, and we have about an hour and 20 minutes. It's enough time to cover a lot of good shit here today. And Will, again, we're really thankful for having you, bro. So we definitely got to check out your show at some point as well.
Yeah. I only got one episode up. It's something I'm going to be kicking up more into 2023, but no doubt, I'm looking forward to being on your guys' show today.
Awesome, and if there's any way we can collaborate and promote your stuff, man, we'll gladly do that. And I could have kind of guessed that you kind of had maybe like a podcast or some type of show going on, because I could tell by your dope background you got going on in the background there. I could tell you probably got something like that.
Yeah. This is a beautiful piece of art behind us. So it's something I'm happy to have on the show and share with your audience.
Awesome, man. I'm excited to hop into this, George. You want to kick us off? Ready to dive right into it, brother?
We can come right into it. So, I want to kind of just ask you, Will. So, first of all, for those that don't know, and we'll get to that in a little as well. We'll do some, kind of put your page up there, IG and all the business and all that. You go by Jewish Sauce, right? How did the name come about, and when did you kind of start this journey, basically?
So the brand I have is called Jewish Sauce Boss, and JSB is my cannabis brand. It's a lifestyle brand. It's a consulting practice, and it's a way to really help push everything forward for cannabis, medical marijuana, whatever we want to call it. And we've gotten the opportunity to help a lot of people, in the vehicle we have, which is called JSB certifications, and get you medical marijuana cards in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. So, we've been busy over the past X amount of years building the brand, coming into the marketplace and looking to provide as much value as we can to patients, doctors, growers, dispensaries, anyone in the industry who's making shit happen. That's what we do. So Jewish Sauce Boss was built on, my values as being a Jewish person, which, is love, light, kindness, set a good example, be a leader. Sauce was the code word we used for weed when I was young. So I was like, yo, you got the sauce, or, you got some sauce.
Yeah. Heard of that one.
And then I love hip hop and, the culture of, what I enjoyed, listening to when I was young, and, this and that. And Jewish Sauce Boss to me seemed like a really cool brand to build to tie into things I like. And I'm coming into my 5th year of business, and I've had a lot of unique experiences, and I'm excited for the one where, I'm going to share with you guys today, and, happy to answer any questions. But yeah, I go by JSB. You could call me Jewish Sauce Boss. My name is Will Edelstein, and, I have a company called Jewish Sauce Boss and JSB certifications. So I'm happy to help in any way I possibly can.
Awesome, man. Thank you for sharing that. And I think that's really important, man, to have a good reason for when you're creating your name or your business, and you have good morals behind it, and a good you can carve out a good niche for your market.
Yep.
To a lot of people can associate with that. You know what I mean? Essentially, you're finding a problem in the industry, and then you're just trying to solve it.
Amen. Well said, bro.
Absolutely.
I like awesome. The whole idea and journey behind it, man. And Yeah, I think you had told me before, Will, that you've been doing it for about 5 years now. So you definitely like sort of like not new to the game. But the cannabis industry has been going on like as far as like the rise of it, last like 10 to 15 to 20 years, but last 10 years because social media and digital marketing, which we'll talk a little bit more in depth a little later on that, it's definitely kind of helped rise, the opportunities. People can, do stuff online. They can do stuff on their phone, telemarketing, or they can do, kind of like digital marketing, digital, sort of like business. So, yeah. So now, also, Will, if you can, right? Also, what's your IG for those? Because I'm thinking you might have two, right? I know you have one for the business, Jewish Sauce Boss. So,
Yeah, you can find me all things Jewish Sauce Boss. Anything within that name, you'll get to us. JewishSauceBoss.com, IG, Facebook. Google it. You'll get to us. We have a location on South Street. Right in Philly. So happy to open our space up for appointments and do some more fun things for the community and we're building it all out. So that's our thing, bro.
Awesome. Well, you guys heard the man. Search up Jewish Sauce Boss on any of the platforms. You'll find this guy. You'll be able to link and hey, you guys can do some business together. There you go.
That's it.
Let's go. Awesome, man. Out of curiosity, you said you started. It's going on your 5th year. Out of curiosity, during like the pandemic and everything, would you say your business kind of slowed, or would you say it actually kind of increased? I'm always curious for people who kind of started before pre-COVID, like how their business did. Oop, did I cut out there for a second?
Yeah, it was cutting out for a little bit.
All right. Question I had. You said you're going on your 5th year of business. During like the pandemic, would you say like your business like did it increase or did it slow down at all? I'm always curious for people who kind of had a business like pre-COVID, how their business like got through the pandemic.
Well, listen, you always got to be able to pivot when things become out of your control. So that's exactly what we did. We pivoted and we built digital model to the service we were providing to the marketplace, and within the shutdowns and all the stuff.
Got off for a second.
Oh yeah. Damn. George, you there?
I'm here. Yeah, cool. I'm here. I mean, I can see him, but I don't know. I think he cut off for a second. There he is.
Oh yeah, you think went out for a second, bro. You got to the point where you said you had built like a digital model.
Yeah, digital marketing.
Connectivity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, we can see you fine. All right. Cool. Yeah. No, it got to the point. So when you cut out for like a second, but it was the point you were saying you built a digital model during the pandemic to kind of adapt.
Yeah. So you got to adjust with the times. So we moved with it. We changed to a fully telemedicine digital model, and we're able to stay in business and keep it going and grow and help people and solve problems. And we actually grew during the pandemic. We went from only being in Pennsylvania to going into Pennsylvania and New Jersey. So yeah, it was a unique experience for me. Filled with a lot of unknown, and within the unknown, you sometimes get a lot of answers. And I took those answers and.
George. Yeah, sorry, I just cut out. Again, absolutely, man. I think we got like the majority of the thing you were saying. Yeah, man, you have to. I was kind of curious because I was like, with telemedicine and everything, I thought that your business might have actually increased with that with the pandemic. That's awesome, though, man. You're correct. As a business owner, you have to be able to adapt in order to thrive and conquer. If you can't adapt, you're going to get left behind. It's plain and simple. And when you create a business, you have
That's
to
one
be
of the rules of the universe. Go forward or get left behind, and you stay still, become a statue. You got to kind of like evolve with the times. And what Will was saying makes a lot of sense. Now, I actually have something to ask. I kind of forgot now. It'll come back to me. It'll come back in a second. I know it will. But again, today's episode, man, it's something cool that like a lot of people can watch, whether they smoke or not. They can understand sort of like the side of business, and if they do want to get a medical, they can actually hit you up. We'll have some like kind of like link guys later on for you. We'll have my man, George Stolzbo's Will, have a drop you guys some kind of link if you're interested in maybe purchasing a card or doing some business. It's open. It's on Facebook and IG. So and we're on both. So obviously, you can find us and find Will there as well. Want to cut out again? Oh, you'll be all right. You'll be good. I'll be right back.
No, we're good. Yeah,
we're good. Steve, so quick question in the meantime, Steve. Are you watching both against tonight? Tonight's a big game for the Phillies, man. It's a big one. I'm on some money then.
Yeah, off the record. Yeah, of course. Got the Phillies and got the Eagles.
Off topic, but yeah, we'll definitely be watching them real soon. I did say go Birds on both, though. Go Birds and go Phillies. There you are. You back, man. We had some trouble here there, Will, but still doing good, man. I mean, it's just a little cutting off back and forth a little bit. We're good, though. Still good to go, man.
Make it work.
Good to go. But, Will, I want to tell you, right? I found it interesting, though, that you said that you kind of combined your love for, like, three things, like the whole marijuana, weed culture, weed, hip-hop, your background, where you're from, just life in America, and you put your own sort of, like, ideology twist to it, and your own sort of, like, no pun intended, sauce to it, and like sort of spin to it, and now you got like a businessman. It's like a lifestyle, it's like a way of doing things, and you have some kind of. I see you have some memorabilia. You be giving, giving like giveaways and clothes and things that you sell, like small things with the brand George.
Yeah. I didn't hear much as it cut out, but yeah, I got like everything, merch. Yeah, for sure. I've done a lot, everything from merch to hats, beanies, t-shirts, hoodies. You name it. So, yes, sir. I've put this logo on it and sold it.
There you go. That's one of the biggest things I wanted to say, man. So many people like they'll have merchandise and like they don't wear like their own merch. Like I know even people like in like they're trying to create like a fashion brand or something, and they'll be wearing like Ralph Lauren or like other things. I think that's very important, like to wear your own merchandise. So that's cool that you came on the podcast today, repping your company, man. That's cool.
I wear my shit everywhere. If you're gonna have a clothing brand and not wear your own clothing brand, then you're like full of shit.
Exactly. Right. Exactly, man. That's important, man. Absolutely. Yeah, that's the whole thing. The best marketing, the best free marketing you can get is yourself. Literally. It's the best marketing you can get.
Exactly, brother.
Yep. Definitely is yourself. You gotta sort of like
self-promotion.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. People see you wearing your own thing. They'll be like, okay, like he believes in his own product. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'll go out. Like, what's gonna convince them to buy, your stuff?
If you're not gonna wear it, who the fuck's gonna wear it, right? It's like it kind of makes sense.
It's the same thing, right? Like I get people medical marijuana cards. I'm a medical marijuana patient. You know what I mean? So like, it's like I'm doing shit I know and live. Not something I'm, pretending to be.
Yeah, you watch like a 10-minute YouTube video and you're like, oh, I'm an expert on. You know what I mean? Like it's something you actually like have a passion for and you believe in.
Yeah, I live this fucking shit.
Amen.
Like, there ain't no other way to say it. Like I live this day in and day out, every year, every minute, every second.
Word.
And it's not easy to build a brand or a business. So.
Right. And the more you live it, that's how you're going to be able to thrive, fire, and that passion behind it. That's what's going to carry you in the long term. So
yes, sir.
Important. Yeah. George, do you have any other questions at the moment?
No, but just telling whether like kind of smoke one for me because it's puffy one. But no, just I was gonna say that I kind of wanted to get to like a few other points on talking points on the show and on today's episode, and kind of want to like ask Will a little bit about some of like online marketing and how does he kind of like do that, because we've done some self promoting, online promoting, but I mean like you, as far as what you do, Will, you like you sell stuff online as well and you market stuff online, right? That's one of the ways to do it. That you do it.
I mean, one of my businesses is a fully online business.
Oh,
So
right.
yes, yeah. To get a medical marijuana card, you go to my website, you go through the process, you apply, you fill out the forms, and do everything you have to do as the client, and it's a fully self-serving system. Yeah, I built the whole thing, and then you pay for it, and then the money comes to my business. So I control the payment processing and the money. It's very important when it comes to business.
Yeah.
And then, on the back end, I make sure that everyone is paid accordingly for the services they're providing. And, we're a business, we're a company, and we operate as such. You know what I mean? And it's a digital model. So if you discover the brand, if you know the brand, if you need a med card, if you go online, if you search us, this and that, and then it's all done through our system and platform that was built from nothing, from scratch. We built it. It's our proprietary system that makes sure to get you a medical marijuana card in 2 states, and that's what we do on a regular basis.
That's awesome, man. And I mean, yeah, George, I mean, going back to your question, I feel like everything today has to be like almost every industry has to be digital. It's because I mean, if you're not online, it's going to be very easy to get left behind. It's going to be very hard for people to find you if you're not utilizing the free networks that you can use online. I mean, obviously, you can pay for a website, everything else like that, but there's just so much like free channels like social media where you can use the internet to literally market your product for free. Websites are a good investment too. Obviously, you purchase the URL, you purchase the website, but definitely important. But that's awesome that you built a proprietary system from scratch that you were able to help solve a problem efficiently in 2 states. Awesome, man.
That's the definition of business. Is you're in business to help solve a problem for your customers or your clients. It's the same thing if you want to call it entrepreneurship or whatever, but
right.
To you want to solve a problem. If your brand, your business, your whatever solves that problem, people come to you and they like you, and you treat them well, and you're consistent, and you're all of these things that are required in business. And I'll add to what you said. Yeah, you need to have a presence everywhere, digitally, in real life. You know what I mean? Like everywhere. You need to be in as many places as you can, but to be able to do it digitally, to be able to do it, in a more intimate setting, it all goes a long way. So
Right.
I'm grateful. I'm experienced in both worlds, right? I have experience in the digital side. I have experience in person, cultivating events and doing this and that and this and that. And that's where you learn through year after year after year of doing something and becoming better and making mistakes and learning from those mistakes and all those cool things, right? So now we're able to do really well. We work with the biggest cannabis companies in the world, which is an honor and something that I appreciate because I'm a business person and we're here to solve problems and provide value to a marketplace. If that can be to a patient or to a massive corporation, we're going to do that. So that's where we sit. We're here. We love cannabis. We're true believers. Anyone that is involved with this brand is someone who I believe has had cannabis improve the quality of their life in a lot of different, buckets of life. And this is what I do. So hit me with another question, boys.
I love that you said that, to be honest, man, because I always tell people like entrepreneurship is like a word that just it gets thrown around, especially like nowadays people just throw the word around. But here's the thing, like if you're so much like focused just on the money, you don't have a passion behind what you do. That is actually it's harder to obtain the money that way. When you have a passion to solve a certain problem and you have a passion behind what you're doing, essentially the money comes. And that's honestly, if you can solve a problem, you got the passion and the fire behind it. And then you also, you're able to work with a great team. Like you said, you only really have people working with the company who you really feel have had cannabis improve their life. Like, that's important because those people are going to be more connected as well. Those people are going to be more dialed in and focused, to help solve this problem as well. And then,
Exactly.
that's how you build a thriving business, man.
Exactly. It's setting a standard in like a nutshell of what you said. It's like just a standard. We have a high standard, no pun intended. But the standard is, be a good person, don't be an asshole, love others, be kind, help, be of service. It's a lot that goes into it. So you got to make sure that people feel that as they interact with your brand, with your business. And that can be a video they see or someone they talk to on the phone or how your logo looks or the colors that you use. There's a lot that goes into it. So business is fun. It's unique and it comes with its challenges. But, I'm grateful to be in the position I'm in at the moment.
That's awesome, man. Yeah,
Definitely
people can feel.
Insights.
Absolutely. So one of the other things, George, you were talking Vinci, right? Like, you probably touched on it, like some of your explanations here. But what is one of the ways you're able to, in year 5 now, I guess, I know you're solving a problem, but like relevancy, like in terms of like marketing, like do you comes with adapting and stuff, like what ways would you say somebody's trying to start a business, what ways would you say that you've been able to stay relevant with your business in year 5, and what advice would you give somebody else who's like starting a business and then down the line is going to need to stay relevant? That makes sense.
It's really just being consistent and staying focused on your mission, right? Like if you're really not mission driven and really want to do the thing you're doing, the people who are interacting with you will see that, right? So like, I've gone places where people are really great at selling shoes. They love sneakers. You know what I'm saying? They own a sneaker store, right? That like, you can feel that. So like, no matter what you're doing, you just have to like, I think make people feel it and be authentic and real. But there's also businesses that you can start or get involved with that don't really involve any of that kind of stuff. Like you could be like, oh, I'm going to open up a better, laundromat than any of the laundromats that are available. You know what I'm saying? And like, if you can just look at things and see how you can make them better or solve a problem or do it differently, I think there's tremendous opportunity in any industry you're in, because whatever industry, there's always room for innovation. So whether you're starting today or you're in year 5, or people who I've learned from who are in year 10 or 20 or 30, it's be consistent, be willing to like adjust and pivot and this and that. But it ultimately comes down to staying focused on the mission and having a vision for your future and being adaptable to it. But if you really want to do something big, it's going to change along the way. Things will change and you'll have to adjust, and people come and go. You get new people who make an impact, and you're always, one person, one thing, one this, one that away from your whole life changing, especially when you have a business. You can meet somebody, in my industry, right? Like I could meet somebody who'd be like, oh yeah, I have a community of people like you could get in front of, and you might be able to get like 700 people to sign up for a med card. Like if I meet someone like that and they can like have a pipeline to people, then that's a huge thing for me. And that's one contact. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to put yourself in position. You have to be prepared, right? You have to work every day like you're going to meet that opportunity that could change your life. Because when you do face that moment of truth, you want to be ready. And that is, real shit. And when you need to like get it, like when it comes to you and you're like, oh, you need to do all this stuff to like make it happen, and you're not prepared. You know, that's it. So whether you're starting or in the year 5, I would say continue to prepare for everything that you want. If you're just starting, then you have room to grow and make mistakes. And the business you start today could be different 3, 6, 7, 15 months from now. But if you have a core vision and mission for what you want to do, then find a way to stay true to that, and you'll figure out what it is. Like when I started this brand, bro, I never ever thought I ever would get someone a medical marijuana card ever in my life.
Wow.
And now talking to you guys, I'm so far into this experience, I don't even pay attention to how many people we've gotten a card for. You know what I mean? Because it's been a lot of people, right? And it's just about how many people can we help? Can we grow? Can we do more this week? Can we do more than we did this week? Can we like?
Cut out.
Coming back again. Yeah, dude, it's been just an incredible experience to see what I'm capable of and learn a lot of stuff along the way. Help a lot of people, help myself, and yeah, you know, it's a journey, and I feel like I'm just getting started, really. Like again, this year 5. So I'm pumped. I'm like jacked up for the coming year.
That's awesome, man. Well, very well said. So I'd say like the most important points out of that, like for sure, that's awesome, man. I'm glad to see that you're running a thriving business, and I think it's the thing that the business that you have, it is solving an important problem, which is great. Consistency, adaptability, and solving a problem, like very important. And that's the thing, like consistency is always great, but you made a great point where you said, you're going to have to adapt, and that's adapting like anything. Like it might be your pipeline, your marketing strategy down the line. Of course, the longer your business is going to thrive and go on, it's very, very important, man. But that's awesome. And the important part you said too is like you're more focused on how many people you're helping, rather than the numbers. But the numbers come. When you're focused on helping people can feel that genuine, your genuine willingness to like help. People can sense that. People can tell when people have good morals and good ethics, and they're in the right spots, so they're trying to help people. That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
Just you, man.
Well, listen, I appreciate it. Like, I appreciate talking to you guys about it, and the questions you've asked, because you learn a lot. Like, listen, you learn a lot about yourself running a business. And the more you can learn about yourself, the better off you will be in life. And business really tests you, right? Life tests you. So you got to show up, and either you're going to pass the test sometimes you're going to fail, whatever. In business, it doesn't matter if you pass or fail, because if you fail, you learn a lot. You learn tons. It's insane what you learn when you fail or don't succeed in the thing you're trying to do. But when you pass or you succeed or you win, it feels great. And then in that moment, you're like, okay, now, like, all right, what now? Like what's the, how are we going to keep growing and doing this more? So it's just like, it's a unique experience. So I wish everyone well. If you're starting a business, start it today. If you want to do anything with your life, do it. Don't ever hold back. Don't care what other people think, say, or feel about you. A lot of things fail, so if you do it and you fail, it's okay. Do another thing, try again, and it's a cool opportunity out here in the world. You really don't know what's out here. There's more out here of what you don't know than what you do know. And when you start to think about it from that perspective, the world is really huge and filled with opportunity and ways to have someone service a marketplace. Like I service a marketplace for medical marijuana cards and cannabis education and bridging connections for people to have successful businesses or relationships with plant medicine, and it's been an honor, and I'm going to keep doing it. You know what I mean?
That's awesome, man. More fire points from the sauce balls there, man. That's awesome, man. Some great points. Awesome
Definitely.
points, man.
Actually, so I had seen your website, Will, because you sent to me, like, I'd seen it before. Like, I looked it up like a while ago, and I met you a while ago now. But today, you sent me another link. So I was kind of watching a little more and kind of doing a little research on it. I've seen how you do it. That's cool. You have, like, the whole program, the questionnaire, the survey. It's a really informative, guys. For those guys that haven't checked it out, you know,
Yeah.
you're talking about it. If not, check it out.
Shit, man. Listen, I come from just like loving this planet, right?
Very good energy for sure. Oh yeah.
You know, like loving the
100%.
plant, and then I learned how this really is a true medicine, right? This really has changed people's lives because it can help them with chronic pain, can help them overcome what they're battling through cancer, can help parents who have children suffering with debilitating conditions like autism that is linked with anxiety. So it really goes deep in ways and areas of life that are so far beyond anything I thought about. And to now be in this moment to help people in those ways, in this way, and that way, I'm here, and the vehicle is Jewish Sauce Boss. That's the brand. Yep. So whoever's watching, I know we're live. Follow us at Jewish Sauce Boss on Instagram. Connect with us. We just updated our website. You can actually make an appointment to come down to the location on South Street and check us out and get to know us and see how we can help you. And we're capable of a lot of cool things to help a lot of people, and that's the goal, right? Community driven, focused on pushing it forward and ending the stigma around cannabis and opening up the door to bring people with us and have them become part of it, right? And that's it at the end of the day. And I'm here. You can reach out to me. You can message me, this and that. I'm always available. Any questions? If you're anyone you care about, share our links with them. And we're ready to do some cool things. So you guys, I really appreciate the opportunity to be on the show.
Absolutely, man. And we can promote if you want, on the Facebook pages, you can promote your socials, man. We're always here to help. Like one of the biggest reasons why we started this podcast, this is a community of people who are growing. We mainly do personal development here, but man, I'm always excited to have entrepreneurs to come on the show, because people that are trying to build something, solve a problem in the society, man, it's such a big thing. So you can always feel free to put your socials on here, guys. Go check this guy out, man. His organization, they're solving a big problem out here. So go down to South Street, check them out online. We can promote you on Instagram too. But you made some great points, man. It's obviously always great to have entrepreneurs on, but it's a tip. The message for any entrepreneurs who have come on, you said it yourself like 5 minutes ago. The one biggest thing is, do not be afraid to fail. You hear that all the time, but any person who is an entrepreneur who has built a business is going to tell you guys the same thing. So anybody who's out there watching, that's not just a cliche saying. That is literally how it is. Like, you can't be afraid to fail.
It's part of it. It's part of it. It's almost a requirement, because failure is not a negative word. Everybody might say this and that. It's just you got to learn, and sometimes you have to learn a certain way, and that might mean the thing you're working on isn't going to work out, but you just move on to the next thing. That's the big thing. Like, if you're doing it and it's not working, you just got to keep moving. You got to just keep moving. That's it.
Exactly.
Forward, more energy, momentum.
The F word other than failure that you'd have to be more scared of is fear. Fear of taking action is the thing that's going to keep you stagnant. It's going to keep you in the same position. You're going to be complaining 5 years from now, like, oh, why didn't I do this 5 years ago? And then another 5. You'll consistently stay where you're at. If you're scared of failure.
Doubt yourself and all that. Yep. That's a good point there, Steve. You're right. Like the Will is saying, you got to do it. Now's the time. I mean, get up and go again if you fail. But it's not really about failure. I mean, sometimes, failure is not an option. You just got to do what you got to do. But if you fail, it's just a lesson. More, take it more L, loss, lesson. So think about it that way. That could be a good way to see it. I mean, because people have started things from the bottom and businesses, and sometimes old habits come back, but you just gotta go push forward and learn. Also, the key is to keep your mind open, keep an open mind, and learn from others, which is good to have like discussions and topics and meetings and biz meetings, like we're talking about that.
And I'm going to say this as well. And as like three men talking right now, this is also a very important thing, because when men come together and speak, or women or whoever, and they empower each other and they can extend their networks to each other, and they can understand each other's goals, dreams, inspirations, what they want to accomplish, where they want to go in life, it happens faster. So like I said, I appreciate this time with you guys. I hope you have a very successful podcast. I think this is a really cool thing you're doing. I am a huge, huge proponent of personal development. I do a lot of, self work, and personal development is a part of that work. And there's a lot of great people out there who do that. So at the end of the day, make sure you continue to work hard on yourself. Don't ever give up. Love yourself. Be a good motherfucking person. Don't be an asshole. And continue to just like overcome any of the negativity that might flow your way. Push through that motherfucker and do the thing. But yeah, guys, like that's it. That's what I got.
Fucking facts,
all
man.
Good, good, bro.
That's real.
That's
real.
A lot of good shit. So, real quick, somebody, I'm not sure who said this. Somebody said, my man Will, the Jewish sauce boss. Somebody probably, I'm not sure.
Right now.
You can find out. Somebody knows you probably.
Yeah, because sometimes with StreamYard here, some people's names pull through from Facebook, but other people don't. So it's on one of our pages, but I always like to give the people credit who comment in. So
yeah, we appreciate
it's Dan Kanigi. Dan. Yeah.
Nice.
My man Dan.
Hey, wow, throwback right there. That's a throwback. That's cool. What's up, Dan? Don't be a stranger, brother. Don't be a stranger.
Yeah, I was just talking to Dan. Everybody's around. People are watching because I tag people, bro. A lot of times they watch the rebroadcast, but because we post content so much, bro, it's like we gotta have mini shows in between the week, like a 10-minute segment on something's going on in the world, social media, but something kind of relevant. Then and possibly not negative. We all know the negative has shock value and yada yada yada. But this is cool. But we got to do more because once a week, man, we do it. But like you said, man, it's a lot of work to do a podcast, man. It's not easy. So we got to bring people in and got to do some people's shows. I've done a podcast or two outside of our own here on my home turf, if you will. But yeah, it's good to collaborate, like you're just saying, Will, and empower, like men empowering other men and women. And men and women empowering each other as well as women and women. Everybody should really work together, But
correct.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of jealousy and hate out there too, in the world.
Yes. No, it's important. So again, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Real quick, so I do want to kind of like touch on something. We still got a little time. You got some time, right, Will?
Yeah, I got probably about 5 more minutes.
Yeah, all good. I want to ask you. So this is like I was gonna say, like what I think it is. Like it's kind of like the ones I use, and some ways to kind of keep your brand and your like sort of like blog / business, or your podcast, anything along those lines, or like relevant and stay on top. And like consistency is one of them. Another one would be kind of like adapting or sort of like changing a little bit with times. Keep being up to speed. That's like 3 right there. You know what I mean? Following sort of like instructions. Those are kind of like kind of came out before you. If they gave you some like good insights, instructions. Follow those, but also kind of follow your mindset or your heart a little. But don't get caught up too much in the hype and people just just gossip. Because sometimes people say anything, and a lot of people just are yes, Mr. Oh, you're doing a great job, even if you're not. But tell me what I need to hear, not just what I want to hear. Or what do you think I like to hear, like so, and there's a couple of ones that I have as far as keeping your business going, your sort of like your brand or your product, relevant. These are some of the ones. Definitely know what's going on around you. It's got other people do similar, industry, similar platforms, similar podcasts, similar businesses. Yeah. Do you have anything from that, Will, or
say again, brother?
I said, do you have anything over like ways to keep, sort of like your sauce relevant, your business relevant? I mean, I know you said the consistency is key. That was earlier to how to start a business, but do you have anything on this or?
I mean, listen, if you want to do anything, you just have to show up every day.
Yeah. That's just simple, right?
I mean, like, you know, and you have to be, you know, we mentioned the words personal development. You have to be disciplined enough to do the shit on days you don't want to do it as the days you do. And on the days you don't want to, you have to be as disciplined on the days you don't want to do the shit you don't want to do, and be as disciplined on the days that you do want to do it. No matter what, you have to get it done. You know, you have to get it done. And that comes from the smartest people I've ever heard talk about personal development. Like, it doesn't matter if you drink too much and you're hungover and you have shit to do, you have to go get it done. It doesn't matter if you don't feel like doing it, you have to go get it done. It doesn't matter, blah, 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 you have to get it done. Like,
no excuses, get it done.
Like, you know, like you have to get things done. Like, because no one's going to do it for you. Or if you have people that need to do it for you, you need to make sure they're getting the work done and it's at the standard that you want it done. But when it comes to like the shit that's in your control, you have to do it, and you have to do it every day. And I'm saying this, and I'm not perfect. I fucking, I'm human. I fall off. I do this. I have times where I'm way better than others, but I push through to be consistent on the things that mean the most to me, which is my business and my brand and my life, and reaching my potential and serving others and just doing everything I believe in and pushing it to where I see it going. And that's how I live my life. And I don't think that's for everyone to live that way, because it is what it is. But that's how I do it, and that's what's hopefully gotten me where I am and will get me where I'm going.
Facts. And everybody's gonna be passionate about different things, but you're right. Nobody in this world owes you anything. The world's not gonna stop if you decide to I don't feel like doing this today. I mean, the world's not gonna stop. The discipline is obviously very, very critical. Well, the world's not gonna care. Like, oh, you want to take off today? Cool, go ahead and take off. At the end of the day, I like to say, most people, you'll show up for work, right? You'll show up to your job, but then you don't show up for yourself, after work hours, other things,
Mm-hmm.
People, that's the most critical thing. A lot of times we just don't show up for ourselves. We show up for other people, we're working for, because not everybody's an entrepreneur, obviously. But we don't, a lot of times people don't show up for themselves. And I think that that's super important, but that's why your reason behind your business, to help other people solve a problem. That is the passion. It's the days when you might feel like you're going to fall off. That's enough to keep you disciplined. That's why it's important to, really believe in what you're doing. It's important because that is what will help carry you on the days when you're lacking a little bit of discipline, but you got to do it.
Facts.
It's important.
Facts.
Important. Because, not every day you're going to be motivated. There's a difference between motivation and discipline. If you carry your life through motivation, it's going to be very difficult to stay consistent. But there's going to be, every other day you might not be motivated. That's the difference between discipline and motivation. The days when you don't feel like doing it, that when you still do it, that's discipline. Yep. So facts, man. Love what you're doing, man. Before you go, whenever your show, you said you're one episode in, when your show gets up and running, man, dude, we'd love to come on, man. We'd love to bring you back, man. Maybe when you're in year 5 coming up with your business, man, let us know how things are going. Love to have you back, man.
100%. Yeah. We'd love to come back on, guys. I appreciate the time. It's been great.
Definitely. Yeah, man. We'll definitely like to love you a little more. We'll be posting some stuff, and you're tagging some of the posts, and we'll help promote you a little as well, and we'll do vice versa a little bit, man. But let us know.
If you guys do any clips or any content from this, or I don't know if I'm sure you record it because you do that.
We got
I'm always looking for content to take from good interviews, and I think this is a good one. So thank you.
Yeah,
absolutely, man. I'll chop up some clips for you, man, and I'll definitely send them your way, so you got some stuff.
Bless you.
For sure, man. Bless you, man. And George, me and you will have to go down South Street and check out his spot too, man. For sure.
Yeah, for sure, bro. We'll check out. I have a friend out there that has a spot. I have a friend that has another shop. I know some girl has a store there. Of course, we'll be around there. I mean, South Street is just like a marketing zone. We actually got to go there for the Phillies, but I don't know if they win today. It might be kind of crazy out there, but yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna see, man. Go Phillies, go Birds, go Sixers, Flyers.
Union, everybody, all those guys. Yeah.
Everybody, dude. Great time right now.
The city's on fire.
It is, man. It is. I'll catch you guys soon.
All right, man. Have a great night. All right, man. Take care.
All right.
Great to meet
Peace
you.
and love. Thanks, guys. And thanks to the audience, too, for
Peace,
tapping
love,
in.
and
Peace.
Thank you, bro.
Absolutely.
We had Will on the show. That's it. All right, Steve.
All
We
right,
can
man.
get another few minutes, bro. I know you. I mean, I gotta go too, but I got another like 5 minutes.
That was fire, man. Yeah, Marius Exo podcast. Yeah, dude. That was this fire, man. What a good dude. Will seems like an awesome guy, man. So if we're
Yo, he
watching
kept
this out,
saying that so quickly. Yeah.
super knowledgeable, man. And I love when someone can come on, man, that can really like offer a lot to the audience out here, man. Because one of our biggest things is personal development. We were able to spin, about a conversation about medical marijuana into a whole topic on entrepreneurship, man. And that's awesome, man.
We were able to do it.
I think
everything was
think
good,
people
bro. I
will learn a
appreciate
lot.
you, bro. You did great, bro. I feel like I did good, but Will was so knowledgeable. And again, Will is a great guy, man. Just having him was good. We got to bring him back and plan even more and have even more in-depth topic because this is a pretty broad one. But we covered every aspect pretty well. I mean, I think we did pretty good. Everything was chills. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that motivates me too. Honestly, to be honest, I know our promotion guys, just from our standpoint, it wasn't the best this week. We had a lot going on. So it was like a lot of last minute stuff. I know last week promotion was a lot more on key. We're just trying to get better, but even the craziness in our schedules, just to stay disciplined and be able to get that promo out early. But guys, I will for sure the rebroadcast of this one a lot, because this is a super helpful one. I told Will I'll chop up some clips for him so he can promote for himself. And hey, man, you might be able to catch us on Will's show soon once this stuff kind of gets up and running. So, yeah, man, that was a super informative episode, I think.
I liked it, bro. So I got 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hang on too much longer because I kind of have somewhere to be too, like right before the Phillies game commences at 8:03, and then we got the Eagles at 8:15. It's gonna be a crazy sports night tonight, guys. Go Birds, go Phils. Into this weekend now. We know the Phils lost last night. Carrying into the weekend, we know the Phils are going to be playing Game 6 on Saturday. So go Phils there too. Go Union. And if all goes well, I don't want to jinx the Phils, but if all goes well tonight, we might be seeing 2 championships on Saturday night, which would be insane. I don't even want to give my prediction because I don't want to jinx live on the air of who's going to win tonight. But I don't even fear anything about jinxing with the Eagles. Go Birds. I think the Eagles are going to, whoop some ass tonight. Down in Houston, they're going to get there. If they win tonight, remember, guys, this would be the best start, I was told, and what I saw in Birds franchise history. 8-0 start. If somebody said, please don't jinx. Yeah, I'm not even going to say my prediction because if I say something positive about the Phils, it could be a jinx. A lot of people last night were talking so hot. That was Desi. She said, please don't jinx. Yeah, no, not going to jinx. But last night I called a lot of people. I get some hate for this one, but I did say the pitcher was pitching. I didn't post it anywhere, but anybody who was talking to me yesterday, I did say Javier was filthy, and I didn't pull over. So I really did think the Phils were going to lose that game last night. But we'll hold my other prediction because it is a good one, but I'm not going to say what the prediction of the score or anything. All I know is that, I have a good prediction about the Phillies tonight. I feel good about them tonight. I think that they're going to, and Saturday could look nice if everything shapes up well. Go Birds tonight. I think Birds, like I said, are going to win and go Flyers.
Yo, that's a good one, bro. I'm more worried about. I mean, I hate to say it like this way. I'd rather the Birds, like if they got to go 8-0, it's great. But if it's 7-1, but then that. But I'd rather see the Phillies go to the next, sort of like game, and then crush hopefully Saturday, But I want them both to win, and the Birds should be okay. I feel like I'm not too concerned for this game, but I do want the 8-0 though. I do want to see them 8-0.
Tonight is the last Phillies home game of the season. It's after this, it's 2 back in Houston. If it goes 2 in Houston, it could go 1.
Terrible, don't remind me of last night, please. I saw the game.
Yeah, I mean,
and the Sixers lost. They were winning, but they lost. Like they were like right there. Like
Flyers lost too. Last night was just not a good night for Philly sports. Tonight, I'm feeling confident we're going to turn that around. So
it's a nice Wednesday, Thursday.
anyway, we obviously make that a comment because it's we're hot in the city right now. With Philly sports and everything like that.
Right. It's about the
But not to take away from the episode we had tonight. Like I said, guys, check Will out. I hope reach out to Will after this and tell him to put some stuff on the Facebook page. We can promote him on the Instagram page because obviously, he's not going to have access to that. We can post him in the stories. We could post him there. On the Facebook page on the timeline. So these guys get him. He can link his handle maybe in the YouTube chat as well. But I think this was a beneficial episode. I honestly do have to bounce in like a minute or two.
Me too, bro.
Man, what a productive discussion. I thought it was good tonight.
That was a good one. It's actually an excellent topic, bro.
Yeah.
I think it was good. Let me see. It's I actually gotta go in about 2 minutes myself, bro, because it's almost 45. I gotta head out, hit my gym up and all that in a couple spots. So
just give me 1 second, brother. I mean, you can continue with the comments. Just continue those clues.
Hey, good boss.
Sorry about that. My headphones were like kind of going in and out. But yeah, I think we can wrap up here, man. Shout out to everyone that came on last week to the podcast. So we had last week, who was all on? We had Thomas was in the comments. We had Marius on last week. We had Rich on last week as well. I'm trying to think who all else did we have on last week. So for last week's episode, we had
Rich?
Rob. Well,
Rob
right? As well. Yeah, it was Rob.
Yeah,
Rich.
Shut up, those guys.
Rob, Rich, Tom, and Mario. Mario is watching now, I believe. So shout out to those guys. It was a good sports one. We drifted back to personal development now.
Good, yeah.
We got an exciting sports one coming up. Just let you know that one. And celebrity football player, coming on. It's gonna be exciting. I just turned 30 this past week, and he actually wished me happy birthday. I was like, yeah, that feels pretty cool, for one of the big dogs to reach out to say that. I thought that was pretty cool. And we're gonna have to tell you guys in a couple weeks. Locked In Podcast is gonna be away for a little bit. So George, we will have to plan that one. So in 2 weeks, I'm going to be heading just to be transparent, you guys, before it gets 1 week away. I'm going to be going down South Beach, Miami. I don't know if I'm maybe still even going to just hop on from down there for a short time or something, maybe from the phone, but figure it out when I get there. I'm going to be out of commission that week, so I will be down in Florida. But whatever the case may be, if I'm not able to hop on Georgia, we'll be able to. Or maybe, I'll probably just, go live from down there, whatever the case may be.
We'll figure it out.
Exactly. Well, that being said, guys, I'm probably going to wrap up. I don't know if you have anything else before we bounce out, but it's been a pleasure, guys.
We kind of mentioned just about everything. Again, just let's touch up, let's review. Great episode. I think it was really informative. Some people that are just texting me right now are going to be watching it after the fact. I kind of just want to, keep in touch with some of our supporters and close associates and business associates. And again, Will is kind of like on the verge, being one of those guys. Me and him have discussed business behind the scenes as well, and we, met out before, and and sort of like hung out a little bit, even on my job as well. So it's all good. We're gonna figure something out. We'll have another guest coming up, guys, soon, and a big one. We definitely have somebody like that's been here before, by the way. It's like a celebrity, basically coming again. So he'll be like a second time. He's like an alumni. We're just gonna figure out the dates, but we'll let you guys know. In the meantime, quiet birds. Hopefully the Phillies can have a nice game today and win, get a nice deserved win, and sixes and all that. And like I said, let's focus on the next episode now. But today was a good one, and I do appreciate people tuning in. You know what I mean? And good stuff, Steve. I think we had a very good conversation, good business and all that. We'll have to talk to some people that do banners and all that. But I got some new context I want to talk to you about as well, bro, behind the scenes. Sometimes I told you, connecting with people that do it longer, that are on YouTube a lot more. gives you ideas and insights. You can learn a lot of things. There's new software, people using, bro. There's new ways, you know what I mean? And we'll discuss that again, It seems like everybody wants to get more top something, so we're on our verge, We got to think of something too. And again,
Absolutely.
happy belated birthday, bro. I know we spoke today and I hit you up for it and all that, but you are in your 30s now. Welcome to the 30s club,
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be some celebration down in Miami to celebrate.
Marius watching here. My
Yes,
man Bob
sir.
Carson.
Yes, sir.
If anything, hit me up later on, bro, or give me a call tomorrow or something. You know what I mean? Okay, well, we'll be in touch real soon. So, yeah.
Absolutely, man. We'll make it happen. All right, brother.
Okay, bro. Well, I guess we're
With that being said, we'll end it right here, and I'll hang on for a minute at the end. Guys, have a great weekend, a great night, and on Sunday, don't forget to set your clocks back. Daily saving time, unfortunately. But relax and enjoy those games tonight. Phillies, Eagles, go Phils, go Eagles. Go Union, and go Flyers and Sixers. That being said, have a great weekend, guys. We'll see you next week for episode 105.
Next week. Have a good one.